My name is Evan Hill from All Seasons Exteriors, here in January of 2022 at 3179 South Forest Drive doing a post-storm inspection. Guys, one of the first things I noticed, I know you had mentioned to me that there were some leaks on the flat roof portion of your garage. I did have a look underneath and saw some places where there were some water stains and some issues, primarily over here and some other areas down there. First thing I noticed when I climbed up on your roof is your flat roof has all these kind of bubbling spots, especially along the entire what we would call eave of the roof, or the perimeter, and plenty of them on the top, on the flat area as well. So that's not supposed to happen. That's not the way this type of roofing is supposed to be installed, but it is a little bit older, clearly the flat roof, so it could be a little bit of wear and tear, but again, it's not supposed to bubble up like that. Part of the issue is right here is I shouldn't be able to, first of all, just lift this up like this. It should be sealed, heat sealed, to where this never is loose at all. But this flashing is improperly installed right here, and you can see nails are just pushing up. There is basically the reason why you've got all of that pushed up along here is because the flashing wasn't properly installed, and it's pushing up the roofing material underneath. So now you've got an area where wind-driven rain can get right in on a heavy rainstorm. Some of those areas are just kind of like sticking up like that, allowing easily for water, snow, rain to get right in there. And then on top, as we move up onto your roof, we're seeing along some of the seams where this roof is actually like I said, sealed. A lot of these seams are cracking. Again, that's just wear and tear. This type of roofing material has a lot of that over time. So we're seeing that, and then seeing more of these kind of bubbles. Again, it's because water condensation has got underneath there, and then when it gets hot, it obviously rises to the top, and that's why we're seeing all these issues, because it's improperly sealed around. That's the flat roof portion of it. We're gonna move on to what we looked at in terms of your asphalt and the shingled roof. Really not a lot of hail damage, to be honest. I'm not sure if this is an impact resistant roof, or if basically just the hailstorm that did happen here, last one, September 3rd, really just wasn't that large. That would be my first guess, because I had a look at some of these, what we would call turtle vents or box vents. I run a little bit of sidewalk chalk across them so I can see how large the dents are. You can see most of them, pea size, some a little bit bigger. Well, I mean, the chalk kind of makes it a little bit larger than it actually is, but pea, marble size, things like that. Didn't see any dents on top of, this, what I think looks like an attic fan here, solar powered attic fan. Saw a little bit of hail damage to the shingles, but really not enough to justify an insurance claim. And what I mean by that, I'm going to show you kind of one of the probably largest hail strike I saw on the roof here is this right here. You can see kind of how the granules have been displaced in a circular fashion. That we know is hail. It's exposed kind of the second layer of the shingles. There's a few of those, maybe 5 or 6, that are easily identifiable on this portion of the roof. Unfortunately, there was still a little bit of frost on the back portion of the roof, so not able to really thoroughly inspect that safely. But this portion of it, what State Farm and all insurance companies do is they mark off a 10-foot by 10-foot area on each slope of the roof, and they count significant hail strikes. So this would count. Usually we'd see a couple larger ones. They need to find between 8 and 10 of those hail strikes in that 10-foot by 10-foot area, what we call a test square, on every slope of the roof, in order to actually justify a full replacement. If it's not found on every slope of the roof and it's not obvious like that, then they just do small repairs where it's like shingle by shingle, and it probably wouldn't meet your deductible. So that's why I'm advising definitely not to file a claim for the hail damage, because it's just so minimal that it's almost guaranteed to get denied. But there is a further problem, unfortunately, where we're seeing a lot of what we would call nail pops. So you can see right here, this nail is actually, pushing through the shingles. And I've marked that with sidewalk chalk, and I've marked quite a number of other ones across the roof. You can see there's a pretty obvious one right there, where that nail goes probably about finger length deep through this asphalt shingle, the waterproof underlayment, through the wood decking. I mean, if you were in your attic, you'd see a whole bunch of nails on the bottom. So right now, with it pushed up like that, it's providing a direct channel for water to get in right through to the wood decking in your attic. And there's a bunch of these across your roof, unfortunately. Here's another one that's just starting, and here's one that's you know, it looks like it's fairly recent. And then even one that I found, you know, up here had the wrong type of nail actually installed. So that nail is, you know, too thin, and I'm not sure how, you know, deep it is. But the problem with that is your attic isn't properly ventilated with these box vents, and then with this attic fan kind of canceling out the box vents, because it's designed to, you know, extract, you know, air, but it's right next to these right here, so it's just pulling air from the outside and just kind of circulating it right here. So your attic in the summertime, spring, has a lot of heat in it. That heat's not you know, getting out, not, you know, successfully being ventilated, and the roof is just getting too hot. You know, this sun facing, I guess south facing portion of the roof, it's just, you know, getting way too hot. So we got all of these, you know, nail pops like this that are basically providing direct, you know, holes in your roof. Just from a simple inspection, I found 20 on this slope altogether. So my professional opinion is, unfortunately, insurance does not cover these types of things. It's usually not even covered under a roofing installer's warranty, because, you know, they didn't install it properly. But it's pretty difficult to get them to kind of pay for a new roof based on these nail pops. I would suggest you definitely need a new roof, because these are just going to get worse. There's just going to be more of them that come across here like that, unfortunately. And what I can do in the meantime is I can quotate you on the flat roof replacement, send you this video, see what you think about, you know, the main portion of the roof, and we can talk further.